next time that the president says he will or won't do something, why should the American people believe him?
I answered that question. I don't have anything else to add.
What is
I
your answer?
answered the question.
Can you
I
explain it
answered
in
the
a way that's
question.
understandable?
I can't speak to you understanding the question or not, or my answer or not on this. I don't have anything else to say.
Biden Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre was crushed by reporters for lying about Joe Biden pardoning his son. And you know what? It took 4 years for the press to finally do their jobs and hold this administration accountable. And as you'll see, Karine Jean-Pierre is broken by these questions from formerly friendly reporters. In this leadoff clip that I have for you, you're going to see why Joe Biden still believes in the justice system. And then I'm going to finish with a clip that has caused a brutal backlash against her for the answer she gives when asked why the American people should still trust Biden. She got fact-checked with receipts and is caught lying once again. I'm Zach Costello, and this is the Zach Costello Show.
To understand that sentence, I think it's important.
Yeah,
Is
for
it
sure.
that the president believes in the justice system except in some cases?
He believes in the justice system. He believes the facts are. Obviously, I talked about the gun charges, what legal experts have said. Former prosecutors have all agreed virtually no one would be criminally prosecuted for underlying factors of Hunter's case. I talked about the gun charges. I talked about the taxes, the tax cases. And there are other factors here, what Republicans have said, as they weren't going to let up. I talked about the upcoming sentencing and what Hunter and his family have been through. I talked about the appointees by the incoming president on law enforcement positions.
This talking point that hardly anyone is convicted for improperly filling out a gun form or filing taxes late because of drug addiction is a diversion. As I have said before, this is not the issue. I mean, they are certainly issues, but this is not the issue when it comes to Hunter Biden. The issue is not Hunter Biden's gun charge or his drug use. The issue is the potential money laundering scheme that involved the big guy, President Joe Biden. The issue is this cover-up that was classified as Russian propaganda and shut down by the FBI during the 2020 election cycle. Biden did this because they lost the election. And spare me with this, he wrestled with it and it was hard for him. No, it wasn't. He did it to protect himself. So just stop with this projecting. Finally, she's asked here why the American people should still trust Biden after all this. And listen to her answer.
One of the other things he often says is that voters should trust his, quote, word as a Biden. Should they still?
Yes, the president.
This was a pretty big, defiant public pronouncement by him that he wasn't going to do this anymore.
I hear you and I understand. But the president wrestled with this. He truly did. And, you know, I called out the U.S. Gov poll where 64% of Americans, that's not a small number, agree with the president's decision to pardon his son. And I think that gives you a little bit of a tiny window of where the American people are on this.
Yep, so that's not true. That YouGov poll that she just mentioned there, 34% of Americans supported Biden pardoning his son. Literally, she got the poll almost backwards. So why should the American people trust this administration? Yeah, we shouldn't, and we don't. And I would say unreal, but for most of us, this is what we've been awake to for the entire time when it comes to Joe Biden and this administration. Trump cannot get in soon enough. I'm Zach Costello, and this is the Zach Costello Show.